What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/ChoosingBeggars. Choosing Beggar family won't leave our house. This took place when I was 9, which was 6 years ago, so it may be a bit fuzzy. My dad had a friend from middle school who now had a family and was going to visit North Carolina for vacation. They invited themselves over to my grandparents' house to stop by for a few minutes before continuing on their trip. This is how they ended up staying for 2 days before we kicked them out. So my dad had a friend from middle school. Let's call him Mike. Mike lived in New Jersey near my father, and they were friends and went to school together. So it makes sense that him and his family come visit because they haven't seen my father in a while. Here's the thing. My dad wasn't there. He was in Colorado on his own vacation to visit his other friend. So why would they still come visit? This baffled us, but it's great to have company since we lived in the middle of nowhere and had this big house all to ourselves. Here are the characters in the story. Me,
Mom, sister, my grandma,
Grandpa, Mike,
Karen,
Kevin,
Kavina.
It was time for the family to arrive. We still didn't know why they were coming since the road to North Carolina was 1 hour out of the way, unless they were trying to get a free vacation out of our house's amenities, a pool, jacuzzi, etc. They came in here in their little car with Kavina driving, almost hitting our car in the driveway. They came inside, and within 5 minutes, everyone was in the pool. Barely any introduction or manners, just got in the pool basically. After a while of being in the pool, I got to know Kevin. Kevin was a special guy, a classic Kevin. Since I was bored out of my mind, since I didn't have any friends with me, I hung out with him for a bit. We played Minecraft and did other stuff, and he kept on trying to pick up my sister, 5 at the time. My mother politely said,
Please do not pick up sister. She's too heavy for you to carry.
He did not care. He did it a few times after anyway. So yeah, that was Kevin. Not the brightest guy. I didn't really know Kavina that well. It was nearing 6:00 p.m. Karen and Mike were out of the pool, and they were talking crap about being hungry. Grandpa asked if they had lunch. Karen said,
No, but the kids had fruit snacks on the way here.
Seriously? Feed your damn kids and don't expect dinner if you told us that you were gonna stop by for a few minutes. We ended up ordering Domino's. Since we live in literally the middle of nowhere, we had to drive 20 minutes to the nearest Domino's and pick up pizza. I always rode with my grandfather in the car because I liked it. On the way there, he was getting a bit pissed because I'm sure a 64-year-old man doesn't want to be picking up pizza for a family he barely knows and has seen seldom of the past 20 years. We got back and ate pizza. Me and Kevin played Minecraft in my world, and yes, he exploded my Minecraft city with TNT. I don't particularly care. I wasn't a hardcore Minecraft gamer back then. We watched a mediocre movie and went to bed. The whole Choosing Beggar family refused to sleep in rooms with any of us. We had to arrange the whole bedroom layout, which was a pain in the ass, but we eventually went to sleep. I woke up at the ripe time of 7:00 a.m. I look out my window to see Kevin and Kavina in the pool already, Mike and Karen in the jacuzzi. It's 7 a.m. I walk downstairs to my fuming grandfather who didn't even know they were sleeping over. He, my mom, and grandmother were in the kitchen formulating a plan. They came up with a lie that they had to pick up a new dishwasher in the city, which was about 50 miles away. What did the Choosing Beggars say? We'll come with you, it's no problem. No, you'll have to leave now, said my grandfather, who was actually pissed at the time. After 2 hours of wasting our time, they finally left. They came back twice because they forgot stuff. I'm sure that they stole a few things too. We drove to the seafood market and Dunkin' Donuts for some food. We leave the parking lot and see their car driving away from North Carolina. My grandmother screamed, "Dad!" as their car passed us, since they knew that the city was also on the other way on the road. What does this story mean? Make sure that Choosing Beggars leave your house at the time that they promised to leave? Sorry if that was so long. I even cut some things out. This wasn't even half of their antics. Honestly, I know people like that, and it's so annoying. It's ridiculously annoying. I hate lingerers. Ugh. This story's called Beggar Tries to Get a Refund on Custom Furniture. Warning, this story is pretty long. Context. My stepmom is an interior designer in the town where we live. It is a pretty wealthy town and normally never has problems with her clients. Today, I will be telling you about one of the Beggar clients she is currently dealing with. In this story, she will be stepmom and Choosing Beggar will be Choosing Beggar. 3 months ago, stepmom meets with a new client, Choosing Beggar, and she wants a living room overhaul, paint, new furniture, and like accessories, etc. Choosing Beggar loves the plan she gives, but wants to correct some details, so they start texting.
I really like that couch you sent, but I don't like the color. Do you think it could be changed to something grayer? Sure, but I don't think that would look good because it wouldn't match your house. I can bring over some different fabric samples and you can pick which one you like.
So she brings them over and also brings some more couch options, and she ended up picking out a different one than stepmom recommended. So she let her know the couch and fabric she picked out was custom, which means she might be subject to a return fee if she decides to pick that option. Choosing Beggar agrees, and then the couch arrives the next week, and she texts stepmom how much she loves the couch and how great of a job she did. I promise this has to do with something later. 1 month ago, Choosing Beggar wants an armchair as she loved the couch so much, but she thinks she needs more furniture. Similar to above, same case happens where she wants something different than stepmom recommended, which is perfectly fine. She doesn't really mind finding more options for Choosing Beggar. 2 weeks ago, Choosing Beggar's armchair arrives and she texts stepmom that she loves the chair and it is fantastic. 1 hour later, Choosing Beggar texts stepmom saying the chair is the worst piece of furniture ever and it doesn't fit her room at all and how it is so uncomfortable and how she wants a refund.
I'll talk to my account manager from
where it was ordered from
and see if maybe they can return it. It will probably require you to have the original box and you might be subject to restocking fees that is common with custom furniture. That is stupid. It is your job to pick me out pieces that will fit my house. You recommended it anyway. You should be responsible for sending it back as you are the person who picked it out and you are the designer.
Stepmom hears back from her account manager. It says there is normally a restocking fee, but we can cover it. All you need to do is have her send it back in a box so we can come and pick it up.
So I heard back from my account manager and she said that you need to just box it up and they'll come over to your house and pick it up. Also, I have screenshots of the text of you requesting a custom chair that I didn't pick, as I don't ever recommend custom chairs for this exact reason. Well, the problem is I tore up the box as it wouldn't fit through the door, so can I wrap it in plastic wrap instead?
This was the first problem stepmother has ever had with this person, so she asked account manager again to see if she could plastic wrap it. Account manager says yes, but it would cost stepmom $35, which she's fine with because she already got paid by Choosing Beggar, and that wasn't that big of a fee for a $900 chair.
Yeah, that's fine. Plastic wrap it and they'll come and pick it up on blank day. Thanks so much.
So they picked it up, and when stepmom sent her a refund in that same hour, she gets this text.
Hi, stepmom. This couch you just picked out is so bad and uncomfortable and I hate it. Now I don't want it and I demand a full refund on it. I will try my best, but as I said before, there might be a restocking fee and also might be other fees, etc. due to you having this couch for about 4 months now. I am not paying a fee for this couch. You were the idiot who picked it out. I don't understand why designers even put me through all this stress. I just want a couch. Actually, I didn't pick out this couch, and we even went to a local store and you tested it out and said you loved it and texted me multiple times how much you love this couch. I'll try my my best to get you a refund, but I can't promise anything. I need a full refund on this scam of a couch. Ma'am, I will try my best. I want a cheaper couch anyway. This one was too pricey. Ma'am, the couch was $800 and was custom. I don't think you can find anything at a better price for you, but I am talking to my account manager at the moment and I will let you know what she says.
Choosing Beggars sends a link to one in Costco. Stepmom is pretty pissed at this point.
If you wanted a couch from Costco, then why did you call a designer? If you could just pick it out yourself. Shut up, you little bimbo. You work for me. You should be able to give me a full refund, or I will leave you a bad review.
Where she gets her reviews, she can appeal them by posting screenshots of bad customers, so she is not worried at all about this.
Go ahead and do that. You give me my refund right now or we are done working together. Ma'am, it is Sunday. We are gonna have to wait for Monday to get a refund reply. You're the idiot who picked this out. You should just buy it from me. It is the worst couch ever.
The next day,
I just heard back from my account manager and she said it would be a $400 restock fee, plus you'll need a box to ship it in. You're freaking kidding me. Nope, that is what account manager said. I am getting a full refund or I'm calling the cops. Go ahead, call them.
5 days later and still haven't heard from Choosing Beggar. Luckily, Stepmom collects payments before buying items. Don't be a cooter like that Karen or karma will strike you. So, turns out Karens are very good at wasting money on a designer that they're not even gonna listen to. This story's called Beer, Scratcher Tickets, and Maybe Food for My Family. So this happened to me a few years ago when I was living in the Southwest. I was working as an elementary school teacher, and on the way home, sometimes I would pick up the snack at the local convenience store. After a few years of working next door to this place, I got to know the staff pretty well, and even became friends with a few of them. One day I was walking into the store, and I saw a gentleman, Choosing Beggar, sitting on the curb in front of it with a stack of scratch-off lottery tickets in his hand and a few 40s of beers next to him. I thought nothing of it and went inside the store. I spent about 15 minutes in there picking out a few treats and chatting with the employees I was friends with. As I was leaving, the Choosing Beggar I saw before came up to me and asked if I could do him a favor. I had a feeling he was going to ask me for money, and I was not disappointed. He said his family desperately needed money for groceries as he was out of work. I looked to where he was sitting and saw no less than $40 of scratcher tickets and 4 large empty cans of beer. Thinking that he would just throw the money away or he was scamming me, I said that if Choosing Beggar liked, I would go inside the convenience store and buy some groceries for his family. He became irate. He started yelling at me that he really needed the money for his family and that I should just give him cash so he can go pick out what he needed. I told him I wouldn't do that, but if he can give me a list, I would go back into the store and buy some of the items and gladly deliver them to his family's home so he wouldn't have to carry them. He then told me that he would need about $20 in groceries, bread, eggs, milk, etc. Then he'd like another $20 on scratcher tickets. He named the specific ones and 2 cans of beer. I told him hell no and that I would not buy him beer and lottery tickets and start to walk towards my truck. He then began to follow me and scream as loud as he could how his family would starve to death and it would all be my fault. I turned to him and said that if he had a family, they were going to starve to death because he pissed their money away on scratchers and booze. Choosing Beggar then has the audacity to tell me that by not buying him scratcher tickets, I was depriving him of a way to make money for his family and that the beer was for medicinal purposes, and that by depriving Choosing Beggar of that, I was also preventing him from achieving his right to the pursuit of happiness. At this point, I just started to point at him and laugh. This just made Choosing Beggar madder. I tell him that if his family was really starving, to give me their address and I would personally deliver food to them. I told him I'd buy $80 worth of food for them, but I would not give him 1 nickel. He then started yelling and shouting at me once more. I was starting starting to feel both angry and uncomfortable. Thankfully, at that point, a police car pulled up. My friend inside the store had decided to call the cops while he watched this whole scene unfold, and the guy was arrested for drunk and disorderly. As the cops put him in the back of the car, I told him that if he wanted to give me his family's address, I would go and take care of them while he's in prison. This made him madder than before. Oddly enough, I did see Choosing Beggar once more after this encounter. About 5 months later, and it was back to school night, and my new students were coming to the classroom to meet me for the first time. And wouldn't you know it, there was Choosing Beggar with his wife and son. I, being a professional, greeted them warmly. It obviously took him a minute to recognize me, but once he did, the look on his face was priceless. He had the deer in headlights look. He must have told his wife later that I was the one from the convenience store because she came over and apologized to me for what happened with her husband. She promised me that I would never hear from him or be bothered by him again and asked me not to hold it against the kid. I assured her I don't hold kids responsible for the actions of their parents and that he would be treated like all the other kids. I never saw Choosing Beggar at any of the school events after that day. It's good on you for reassuring the mother that you won't treat her kid any differently. Just goes to show that teachers are great people and they want the best for you and your kids, and they're great. Hopefully that guy's doing a little bit better though, not blowing all his money on beer and scratchers, no matter how tempting that might be, even though beer just tastes like gross carbonated water. I said it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.